Hey there guys, today I'll be bringing you a video showing you how to build this little beast. It is a micro Lego Lufthansa A340. Now, if you follow airplane news, you would know that Lufthansa is thinking of changing their livery, just a fun little fact, but getting into the detail of this, see it has 4 engines, of course, some winglets that look quite nice, and on the bottom, there's no wheels. A lot of my other planes do have wheels, but I preferred the look of this plane without. It looked a lot more streamlined. Now, of course, as my channel gains popularity, I do have to bring one thing up: copyright. Now, if you decide to build this plane on your own and upload it on YouTube, that's fantastic. I honestly don't care. Honestly, I would actually prefer if you would go ahead and try and build something like this. But if you build it brick for brick, or at least very similar, please credit me in the description. Something as simple as just saying, design inspired by a Mextra 28 or designed by. Of course, if you take this and you completely alter it by, adding new wings and engines, then of course you don't have to mention me at all. But I would just like to say that, if you decide to build something like this, make sure that you either credit the original creator or take your own ideas and run with it. So enjoy the build. Now, getting into the actual build of this thing, we will start by building the engines. So this is what the final product will look like. You're going to want to build 2 like this, and 2 of another type of engine, but I'll show you how to build each one. So, you'll start by taking a piece with studs all the way around the side. You will take a single dot piece just like this. That will go in on the bottom end. You'll just take a gray cone piece. That will go on this end. And then, you'll take some pieces with only 1 stud on the top, and that will fit in on the center, just like that. You'll get another one, and you'll put that on the opposite side. And then you will get some 1x2 pieces and stick it like that. Then you'll take another one and get a mirror just like this. Now this is how you're going to build one engine. And then you just take a claw piece like this, put it on top, and that will be able to mount to the actual wing of the plane. Now the only difference between these two is just the top clamp piece. You need to build 2 like this and 2 like this, so that way, when you mount it on the wing, it will end up looking like this. You can see that this one reaches back just a little bit further, and it kind of lines up with the sweep back of the wing better. Now, speaking of the wing, you will build the main section just like this. You can see that I have a 1x6, along with a slanted piece like that. Here I have a 1x3, and a 2x4 that is just one in from the end. Now, to build the wingtip, you'll build something that looks just like this. You can see that I have a 1x4 right here, but I have a 1x3 angled piece. I have just a 1x2 with another extending brick on the end, just like that. I have a claw here, or sort of a hinge I should say, with another angled piece like this. It may look a little wonky right now, but once you line this 1x4 up and you put it right there, you can see that you can angle this sort of like the winglet of the A340. Got the same sweep back and rough sides. So you can take these 2 pieces, just connect on the back like that, and this is your entire wing. Now you're going to want to do the exact same thing for the opposite wing too. Just do the same thing, just mirrored. So you will get something like this. Now in order to mount the engines, you can see that I have done that here. This is what it will look like. You will take this one, and the one that has the extended piece, this will go on the outside of the wing. Let's see how close we can get here. Now this is going to press in to that piece right out there. They kind of clamp in. You might have to realign some of them, but this one will go on this large gap right here. And then you want to angle them in slightly so they look like that. That's looking pretty good. And now to continue the build, we'll build the section that connects the 2 wings. You can see here that I have a 2x6 piece. Where's the focus? There we go. Got a 2x6, and on top of this, I just have some offset studded pieces and a 1x4 piece here with a flat spot in the middle. Now, if you don't have this piece, unfortunately the build will not work right. You need one with a flat space right there. Now to get into the complex part. This is the entire fuselage. You see that I have a very long piece here, but it's actually just a couple. So this is a 1x4, and In front of that is a 1x6. This is where a little bit of, however pieces you have, a little bit of ingenuity comes in, because all you need to do here is connect this with a bunch of different side studs. This looks pretty complex, but I'll let you pause the video right here so you can see the order of how they're connected. Now, in an ideal case, if you have a bunch of these with studs on both sides, go ahead and land the whole thing just like that. But this is the sort of pattern that I have used, and it has worked very well. Now, on the end of this, you want to go one in from the end. You can see this is the end with the 1x6 on it, not the 1x8. Just put a single one piece right there and another 1x6 behind that. Now to build the nose, we'll get a little bit closer. You can see that I have a flat 1x4 piece with another 1x4 flat offset. Now here, I have a piece just like this with the dot on top of it, another extending little brick out there with a round piece on the end. This will all connect in like that, and then you will take this piece you previously built, you'll take the end with the gap right there, and this will fit on just like that. Let's get this a little better exposed. There we go. And to continue, you can see that I have another very long piece, and this is part of the fuselage as well. So starting back here, we have a 1x8, no, it is a 1x6 is the weird part. It's a 1x6 with one stud right there. On the bottom of this, of course, I have a 1x4 piece, but that will connect this together. Now here, you can see that I have two pieces that just basically alternate. On top of this, the pattern goes a 1x6, a 1x2, and another 1x6. And on top, I have three 1x4 pieces that start 3 in from this end. So there's no really good way to explain this, but you can pause the video and look at that right there. And this will connect onto the previous piece, and it should all line up nicely. If it doesn't line up perfectly, then you're going to have to readjust some of the pieces. Now the tail end, this is basically the entire piece that will hold together the tail. I have a flat end right here. There's a 1x4. There is one stud right there. Let's see if I can take this apart so you can see. I have a 1x6 and an individual one piece, another 1x6 and another 1x6. So the best way to describe this is that it is 4 tall, and of course, let's see if I can catch the light so you can see each different piece. 1x4, 1x6 with one, and then two 1x6s. Now, on top of that, I have these two. I have done two individual one pieces, but easily you could just do a 1x2 piece right there with another claw piece like that and a blue slanted piece on the top like that. And of course, this will connect onto the back half that you'd previously built. Then you just take a 1x6 flat piece and you'll put that on there to bridge the gap, connect it, make it look nice, and there you go. Now, of course, an A340-600 is very long, and this piece is definitely long. It is much longer than my hand, and I am 6 foot tall. So this thing is actually a really big build. Now, in order to build the tail, this is probably the easiest part. Just two 1x3s, just connected back to back. I have a yellow dot on there just because that is the livery I'm building. I'm making a Lufthansa A340-600. And for the horizontal stabilizers, it's just two 1x4s. You see that I have a 1x3 connecting that gap right there, and then just one dot in the middle. Now that needs to be a dot because these pieces will angle backward. And of course that goes on top, or on bottom, of this flat 1x3 with another dot on there. And this will be able to connect all up into here. You can see that there's a little staircase, little stair step thing that this fits into nicely. This tail right here, if you're going to flip sides, this should clamp in, set in there sideways, and just rotate it vertical. And then you can angle it back just a little bit, not too much, not till it's touching quite. And now it's starting to look pretty good. Now, to finish up the sides of the aircraft, you'll take a 1x4 piece, you'll set this in there so it fits quite flushly with the nose. You'll take another 1x4 piece that will go on behind this, a 1x6, which goes on behind it, and a 1x8 behind this. Now once I press all that down, it finally looks like a finished product. You'll do that with the opposite end as well. You'll just take another 1x4, 1x4, a 1x6, and a 1x8. Once you press all those in nicely, man, this actually looks really cool. This looks very similar to the A330 I did a while ago, also in the Lufthansa livery, and that video was actually pretty successful, so I figured why not do another one, just an A340-600. Now to finish this, you'll take this piece you built that will connect the two wings, and with the two wings, this stud will line up on the actual circle of this triangle. Now to show that again, you can see that this piece right here will go in that hole. Let's see if I can really demonstrate this, because it's kind of crucial that you line this up, just like that. Now when it's on that piece, that allows you to pivot this, and you can sweep the wings back to roughly how it would be on the real plane. Now this should fit in nicely in the gap that you had left with those gray pieces. Just go ahead and press it in. Now the best way to do this, I think, is to move the wings outward a little bit, make sure it's pressed in, and then move these wings back until they hit the fuselage. Now of course in this process your engines got a little muddled up, of course, so we'll go ahead and straighten those out. Just want to line them up with the fuselage too. Line those up and straighten up any wonky pieces. You can see that this one is a little bit bent sideways, but for demonstration I think that should be good. Press that in better. These two as well. And there you have your finished product. I think this plane looks quite astoundingly good as well. Sometimes planes that I build may look wonky from a couple angles, but overall I really like this build. Now of course this is a very similar body type to my A330 build I did. Go ahead and check that out. I'll have a little card on the top right so you can see that video I made almost a year ago now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll be bringing more soon. Bye.